All right, guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to what is possibly the last video. Actually, it is the last video of 2024. I wanted to take just a couple minutes to thank each and every one of you guys for watching these videos, tuning back in time and time again, the liking, subscribing, all the things that YouTubers ask you to do. You guys done an amazing job. This channel just blew up this year, so looking forward to that. And I'll let you in on a little secret. When I decided to start this channel, I was like, it'd be kind of cool if people sent me some things, to test out and, do that sort of stuff, maybe even make a little bit of money. And so the sponsors have just been amazing. And so therefore we're doing a lot of videos for that. And it is, it's a part of what I want to do with this channel. So I want to say thank you to all the sponsors that have been involved in this. I've had some really good ones, and matter of fact, speaking of sponsors, we've got 2 new products that are sponsored today. These are the sponsors of this video, and let's get into these guys. So ALLPOWERS had reached out and wanted to know if I wanted to test out their little 600, and it's called the R600. It's actually a 300 watt hour charger. And I was like, yeah. And as we were going along with this, we had some more dialect on the conversation. And I was like, well, do you want to send out one of the bigger units? Because I've had an influx of those. Well, not an influx. I've had 2 or 3 from some other companies that I reviewed for you on the channel. And I said, well, do like a 2 for 1. We'll do both on the same video. They were like, yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to introduce this as my power couple. ALLPOWERS is a more affordable brand for the power stations. They're 20% cheaper than some of the other brands, so they can save you a few bucks. I think these 2 units together, this is an 1152 watt hour, we'll double check it. This is a 300 watt hour. These 2 together, I think at the time of this video, is somewhere in the neighborhood of about 700 bucks for both of them, which is great. I mean, that's pretty darn cheap. This one here for sure is actually going to be my tent power station, to charge my phone, to run the lights in the tent. It's the perfect size. I was doing it originally with the Jackery 500, which I have over here still. The only thing with that is that after a few days, it gets low and it takes forever to charge back up. This guy charges back up in just a couple hours. So let's get the big guy moved off to the side, and we'll just talk about the little guy at first and go from there. All right, so the 600 that's the name of it, the R600. Like I said, it's 300 watt hours. We've got it over here. These are LifePo batteries that come in these, so they're good for like 3,500 cycles, 10 years. And that's supposed to be like continuous, I don't know that anybody's ever put it to test because LifePo hasn't been around for 10 years, but it's still, much longer than previous iterations of the power stations. What comes in the box, these are brand new. Haven't had a chance to even use them yet. I just took them out of the boxes because the box for the big guy is just massive and there's just no way to do an unboxing right here. This one also comes with a little pouch, and in the pouch is your power cable, and that's it. So what I've noticed with ALLPOWERS is that they do not send you the DC 12 volt cigarette lighter adapter charger or the solar adapter. Now I did see on the website that if you bought the R1500, that they were including as a free gift the car charger. So just go into that knowing that you're going to have to buy those, which is fine. I actually have some laying around because it's for different purposes, but this is the XT60i. I don't know that it'll make a difference on this guy because it only accepts, I think, 300 watts going in, and you don't get that out of a cigarette lighter anyway. So, so you'll need one of these for sure. And then there's also no solar cables that they send with it. So kind of funny that way. I know it's just to save money, you know, or to have another revenue stream to sell you those, but you can buy this guy right here off Amazon, XT60 to MC4 if that's what you have. I have this one here because I have some Goal Zero solar panels, and so they use that barrel plug, that R, whatever it's called, I forget. You can look it up, and then switch it to XT60 to charge if I need to. It's a splitter type thing, XT60 3 times, so I could put, you know, 3 panels to it or 2 panels to it, depending on what its max solar input would be. Actually, the voltage is what's the problem. But so these are some options that you'll have to consider when going with these brands. All right, so on this guy, what we have is we have our standard 12-volt cigarette lighter style. We have 2 of the 110-volt. We have 2 of the USB-C 100 watts, and then we have 2 of the USB-A 18 watts combined. So you know they're going to be 9 each or so. We also have a light feature here. Let's see if it's multiples. It is. So 2 levels, and it looks like SOS. Yeah. Turn it back off. Very simple power button. Press and hold to turn it on. Press and hold to turn it off. Right here are our power buttons to turn on the AC. And then right here is to turn on our DC. So I want to see if we put a phone up here. Okay. There you go. Now it's charging. So this particular unit, you do have to turn the DC power on to activate this up here. We'll test it on the other unit. I know one of the other ones that I've tested is not required. All right, so on the side here is actually where you plug in for the power, 110 power. This is a circuit breaker reset. And then here is where we're going to insert our DC charging and or our solar. And this is 60 volts, 8.8 amps max. So let's get that turned back around. Let's get it plugged in. We'll see what this thing will ramp up to. So what did it do? Went up to 315. Looks like it's going to max out right in that neighborhood. Well, it says max input is 400 watts, 299 watt hours. It's called the R600 because it has a 600 watt inverter with a 1200 watt spike. It is also UPS, so you can use this for something like, you know, CPAP machines or whatever, small computers that in the event of, I mean, you know, obviously you would never know for the most part when there was going to be an emergency power outage or whatnot, but if you knew one was coming, if it was scheduled, if you knew a storm was on its way, and you required, you know, something like a CPAP machine to get through the night, so on and so forth, this would be a good item to plug in between the wall socket and the CPAP machine, because if the grid power goes down, it'll click right on and turns right on to the battery power. And I think it's in like 15 milliseconds or something. It's super fast. Blink of an eye. Probably faster than a blink of an eye. But that's where I think this one would be, you know, super useful, super helpful. It's because of its small form factor. You could put it on a nightstand. This other one over here is a toad, so that's going to take up an entire nightstand. But and it also in this color, it's not nearly as obtrusive. It looks more like a little, you know, piece of whatever on your furniture if it's sitting there. This one is also offered in the same gray and black as the other unit. This unit also runs on the Bluetooth app. They do have a Bluetooth app for it. I'll take the time here and insert, you know, a kind of a screenshot of what it looks like and the adjustments that you can make as far as the charging is concerned. So let me do that real quick. But it's on you. You're where the app is. So what we'll do is we'll press and hold the DC power button. On comes our Bluetooth right there. We'll go to the app. switch that. I'll bring that up. Choose a Bluetooth device. Next step, there's his R600. There you go. It's connected. It says it's charged to 68%. The input on it is 314. Right here we can turn on our AC. We can turn on our DC. And we can turn on our lights. And then up here in the settings on the right hand side, we have a choice in the work mode. So we've got standard mode, which has us at 314. We can go to mute mode, which will reduce the power and quiet the fans. This would be something like if you had it plugged in at night, you know, next to your bed or something. And it's getting noticeably quieter. I don't know about silent, but probably drop down around 100-ish. There we go. Perfect. Okay. And then the other one we have is fast mode, which will probably take us up to our full 400 that they advertised. There we go. Took up to 408, so this is only a 300 watt-hour charger. So that's going to have this thing charged up in 45 minutes or so. So let's put it back to standard mode on there. It's got an eco mode as well, right there. And then you have eco mode shutdown time. So we have 1, 2, 4, 6 hours. So pretty simple, not much to it. About all the basic information that you need. I mean, we're not doing rocket science with this little guy. It doesn't weigh hardly anything, about a little over 10 pounds. So again, nice and convenient. You can take it into hotel rooms. You could do whatever with it, and not even know it's really with you. And this is just our standard, warranty and instructions. Yep, here's the instruction pack. All right, well, let's get the big guy out. We'll do the same quick test on it. We'll add it to the app. I've shown you guys already on these, about putting a bunch of stuff, attached to them and trying to charge them. They work just fine. This one, I can't do a lot of the stuff that I would normally do because the inverter is so small. Anything, like the heater or anything, would trip it immediately. So we'll move on from this guy and we'll move to the big guy, and then we can put the heater and stuff on it and make sure that it can handle it. All right, big guy's back in play. Same scenario, comes with just the power cord and your warranty instructions in there. It's a 5-year warranty, so you'll want to activate it and register it if you do it. This is the same thing as a LiPo4 battery, so same 3,500 cycles, 10 years. It is a 1,152 watt hours with 1,800 max on the output, and it's got a surge of up to 3,000. So it can handle pretty much anything you can throw at it at a surge, and then 1,800, is not the biggest of the inverters that I've played with for really getting down with some of the big stuff, but big enough for anything that I'd want to run it for, and most people would want to run it for. So the big thing on this guy is that it is also 1224 volt, 110, 220 compatible. So depending on where you live and what your house runs on, which is always good. And it is also expandable. So right here, we'll zoom in for you. There's 2 ports here, and they make a B1000 expansion batteries, which are the same 1152 roughly. And you can put up to 3 of them with this guy. So you can effectively expand this to 4,600 plus watts. Okay, on this guy, we have the same 2 USB-A's, the same 2 USB-C's with 100 watts. This is our power button here to turn these guys on. We have our 1, 2, 3, 4 of the standard 110s that you, for your standard household appliance type things, plug it, turn it on right there, once the machine's on. And then it has the regular 12 volt input for, cigarette lighter type thing, or output, I should say, for like running a fridge or something in that neighborhood. And then on this other side here, we have to change the camera angle for you. This is where the wall charging is, the circuit breaker is again, DC car charging, and solar charging. 650 watts of solar for recharge. So that's pretty darn good. I mean, that'll get this thing recharged in 2 hours if you had 2 hours of perfect sun, but figure 3, you know, on a great day, middle of the day, depending on where you live, time of year. All right, so same scenario here too. We're going to press and hold to turn the unit on. This one's at 74%. I didn't charge it. That's how it came. Says we got 4,600 days, I guess, 10 days at its current rate. If it was going to sit here and draw off itself. We'll do the power test real quick since we're right here. Plug that in, see what it ramps up to by default. Yeah, so it's pushing. We're at 950, 965, 975. I think, if I remember correctly from the research that I did, I think if we do they called it the power or whatever it was for the charging, I think this thing jumps up to like 1400, maybe even 1500, but we'll test it. So for right now, I think what we'll do is we'll suck some juice out of this guy. We'll get our handy dandy heater ready. Plug that in. Okay, let's turn on our AC side of the house there. Make sure we're level here because I tried this a few minutes ago and it was cattywampus and this has an auto shut off on it. And let's go to low on the heat side, if you can see that. And we're drawing 680 watts. Now if I go to high, it should be 1400. So it draws a little bit less on this unit. I know on a couple of the other units it said it was drawing 14 something. You probably saw it. Turn it back off. There we go. Not drawing anything now. So just the fan side of it on high. So if you just needed a simple fan, just to move some air around, 38 watts, 37 watts. But you can charge it and run the stuff at the same time, so that's good. Also, this unit has 2 of the wireless outputs up here, both 15 watts each. The DC power is off. Let's see if it'll charge with the power off. It's like same scenario. Turn on the DC power to get the wireless ports to work. Yep, there it is, charging. Okay, so yeah, same scenario here. So I think what we're going to do, just to have a little fun on this guy, we're going to plug this in with this. Bring our little buddy over here. We will plug in the charging here. Got our AC on. Got this is on. See what it draws out of here just to charge this guy. Kill the fan. All right, so it's pulling its full 315. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the heater on high. Should take us up to 1700, 1600. Really close to what this thing maxes out at. Oh, yep, took it over the top. So that only got to 1620. So not quite as much as the rated that they advertised, because we only had 13 something before, plus the 300 that was there. We can double check it again. This time we will unplug the charging to the big unit, turn back on our AC, right back to our 313 going in. This time we'll turn the heater to low. So we'll go to this now, try and turn it to high. See if it kills it. Okay, so now we're able to get the 1730, which is much better because the advertised rate was 1800, and I'm okay with that. I wasn't okay with the 1600 though. That was quite a bit of a difference. So we'll let this run for a few minutes. It's hot in here already, just to see. But I think we're good. I think we've tested that part out on it. There's no complaints there. So we're running that, we're running that, we're running that. Let's put our charging cable back in and see if that kills it. as it tries to run more inverter stuff. Still going. Okay. That guy shut down for a second. Ramping back up. Okay, so it doesn't like having the charging happening while we're pegging it on its max abilities. So just something you should know is if you're going to be, pegging the max abilities on it, you're not going to get, very much time out of it. For one, 1700 watts, you're going to get less than 30 minutes. And charging it is not ideal for that kind of voltage. We could probably get by with charging it. Well, I know we can because we did it. We'll let it ramp back up. So we're doing, so fast mode, we're getting 1474 watts, 1480. So like I said in the beginning of the intro, it is good for almost 1500 watts when you do that. Let's see, we're doing a 1500 watt charge, if it'll take the heater on high. Yeah, see, it really tuned that input down, pretty much kind of shut it off. Took it down to 164. So that inverter doesn't like that much going in and that much coming out simultaneously. Let's take it out of fast mode and let's put it into standard mode. If we turn it down to low, I know we're messing around with this a lot, but kind of want you to see what this thing's, capabilities and what its not capabilities are, so yeah, we put it on low, got the 600 going in. So I wonder, it could be 800 watts combined in and out. That's almost what it's telling me, because we got 800 going in, 675 going out. There's close to 1500. So that may be the case with the inverter in this guy. But anyway, it works. So it looks like too, once you turn the Bluetooth on, you can still turn off the power for the DC side and it stays on, which more than likely is going to be necessary for the app. Okay. All right, it's got 77%. It's probably a good spot to just let it go into rest mode. Buddy up here, 77%, perfect. So good amount of charge for them to sit for a little bit. All right, guys, well, I think that's going to be it for this video. We spent a little bit of extra time working over this guy. Hopefully I can chop it up, but hopefully you got the gist. Like I said, I don't know if, it's the in and out on the inverter simultaneously that has an effect. I'll have to do some more research on that. But I do like it. I have a plan for it. I have a new kitchen set up for the back of that truck. Everything's kind of changed around quite a bit. You haven't seen it yet, but you will. And this is going to be part of it, a big part of it. And so I hope to get some pretty good use out of this guy moving forward with the channel. I really do appreciate that you guys have been a part of this channel, for some of you guys since the inception. But for this year especially, we just blew this thing out of the water. I thank all the sponsors again, for everything that they've sent over and are still sending. So I couldn't have done it without you guys. I have a lot of stuff planned for 2025. This is just been a great year. And I thank you so much for it. So Merry Christmas, because this is Christmas Eve, or whatever you celebrate, but here we celebrate Christmas. And I will catch you guys in 2025. This video I will put out probably New Year's Eve, or New Year's Day, depending on how fast I can get it edited. So thanks again, guys, and we will catch you in 2025.